Greetings, vocal athletes. Welcome to my world. My name is Rebecca, vocal athlete, and I'm here to do some reacting for you. Slurpee. So I have my green tea. What do you have? And I have my laptop, and I have someone to react to. Everything's gonna be just fine. Okay, let's have a look. You've actually been messaging me, commenting, saying you really want me to do this dude. So I'm gonna find out what he's all about, and I'll let you know how I feel about him. No idea what that voice was. Dimash. That's cool, isn't it? Okay, well, there's no intro, is there? I thought it was the end. I thought I was recording the end. Who are they? Are they his parents? Mm. Should be shouting at him. Rude. Wow. Beautiful head. Just take his earpiece out. Wow. Oh! Leg shiver. Do you know what? I always wonder what part of the body am I going to get the shivers in? Head, neck, shoulders, armpit, gross. Leg here, this one here. Oh God. No. Anyway, it was like a soft head voice, which is so good in itself. Is it? For a woman, it's kind of easier, right? And then that chesty chesto, chest voice. You hear that staccato? That's staccato. Wrong vowel, but stunning. Wow. Look at him. Bring it. Oh, shit. Chipper. I've just noticed the lyrics, sorry. French. That isn't... Oh, sorry, my cat's just like looked at me really badly. Sorry. That is insane. I can see he's got so much more to give, right? There's more to give. And I can see we're only 2 minutes 16 in. 4:54 minutes, man. You can do the maths there. I can't, I'm really bad at it. Sorry, but look at that guy's face. Oh my God, oh my God. Extreme power. And you can see such a diva. Do you know what I mean? Like, making me want to do it as well. You. Down by there. That operatic. It's right, easy. That vibrato, that transition. Oh, flipping it, what was that? That's higher, so it's probably like a C, oh, I don't know. C6, D, D, 7. I don't know, I need my piano just to quickly bonk it and play it back. It's up there. So, hang on. This range is just flipping incredible. Sorry, I don't want to be staring too long. Tender. Oh. He's crying. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, chippy chop. Oh my god. That descend, that's so hard to do for a guy, anyone. Best singers in the world would struggle with doing that. Do you hear me? Good. I'm getting sweaty. Oh. He's an athlete, isn't he? So operatic, so bel canto. Look it up. Child. Oh! Wait, let me just see a bit of the applause. And she loved it. She could give a bit more than that. I'd be up there, like, up there, dancing with him. Oh, look at him, he's so humble and sweet. Wow, I know what that means. Oh. He is a showman, isn't he? Doesn't he just deliver notes? He knows his voice and he knows what to do with it. And he knows the manipulation techniques. He knows how to stand. He knows how to look. He knows how to look around to the audience. He knows where to look down. He knows when to internalize the sound. He just knows a few things, doesn't he, with his voice? So, bravo to you. I love him so much. Please tell me he's done more. Because I kept seeing this SOS. I was like, okay, yeah, SOS, that means help. But that last bit, even then, before I forget. Hang on, let me just play it. Oh no. I'll probably edit this bit where I'm looking. No, see? You wouldn't get it. Just a very subtle thing that I noticed. Look at him, he loves it. It's almost like a falsetto point there. Here. Do you know what he's done there? I'll try and demonstrate. So, oh, I'll just do it on an R or something. R vowel. Oh, hang on. Oh. So he started really light up here. So we all argue about this, everyone, but head voice, falsetto, whatever. Same sort of thing, but falsetto being the lighter part means false chords. So he's got the ability where he can go just slightly. I don't think it was as much as that, but I'd like to demonstrate and show you guys. So he's just been able to go thicker with the vocal, like more power, just at the end. So instead of him leaving it like this, which is beautiful in its own right, isn't it? Oh, my green tea. He's just gone, yeah, like that thing I just showed you. I just think that was, yeah, just his way of going. Just remember, this is all the amazing things I can do with my voice. He is incredible. Wow. Love his voice. Love him. I want to know his Instagram. What is it? Thank you so much for showing me him. Again, I'm going to look back. Not of my reaction, because they slightly cringe me out, but I'm gonna like watch him. I know I've missed a few points, but sometimes I'm so in awe of the singing. I can pick up some points, you know? Depends what kind of focus I'm in. So keep singing, keep doing beautiful things, and thank you for all your messages and comments and Facebook messages as well. I really appreciate them. It's really sweet. And some of you guys, pretty much 99.98, are just wonderful, and I really thank you all for being in my life. It's really sweet. Okay, gotta go. Bye.
What's happening, Terabytes? It's Tara with Tara Simon Studios, and today I'm going to be reacting to Dimash. That's right. And he is going to be singing a song called No, and it's from New Wave 2019. It's recently released, actually. I'm pretty excited about this. Lego. He's missing a shirt underneath his jacket. Just kidding. Very stoic, serious, setting the mood as usual. Poising himself. It's beautiful music. He's got a great orchestra.
Исчезает до утра. Мы с тобой два беглеца.
His voice is like a massage for my ears.
Убегаем от себя. Я слышу шорохи, шаги.
Lots of half steps in this. Easy to be off pitch, but of course, he's not. Great placement there. Yes. I love the breath and his intimate lower tones. His tongue is nice and depressed in his mouth, like as if you had a tongue depressor and just flattened it out. That's what creates that nice hollowed out space and sound. On those ahs especially. Nice crescendo there, small crescendo. Look at his stance. Nice and wide underneath himself. Head voice. But it's a lower head voice, so it sounds like mix. I would say it's probably more like a head mix right here, actually. It's not a mask, but more mixy. It's beautiful. The lyrics are so pretty to the song. Yes, beautiful. Little vocal cry there. Yes, that power from underneath. You see how he bends there to get that note too? That's important. Singing is a full body sport. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was so amazing. Let me tell you why that was so amazing. I mean, he's amazing, right? But he went from a full chest voice to a chest mix on the same note without changing any vowels. Do you understand what that means? It's really freaking hard. That's what that means. Chest voice into a perfect mix without any change whatsoever except for placement. No mouth change, no vowel change, no note change. It just literally zipped up like a sweater. That's cray. You got to listen again to really appreciate that. That was like, he's done a lot of great things, right? And I tell you guys all the time, like, he's like a freaking alien, a vocal alien, right? He's not of this world. But this is something that's simple that I think most people will miss, that they sleep on it because they're listening to all the other crazy vocal acrobatics Dimasha's. This right here, this is one of the most impressive things I've ever heard him do, actually. And I want you to know that. And I emphasize it because I think that it's probably a really undersung, underrated part of the song and maybe of his voice. But you got to listen to this. Full chest. Switches right here. Did you hear the tonality change? That's insane. That's so much trust in your voice. That's such deep-rooted knowledge and comfortability in your voice and in your capabilities to be able to do that, not just alone, but in front of an audience in a performance. That's huge. That's a big, big deal. Whew. Huge respect. Ooh. Wow, wow. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Perfect mix right there. So high for a guy. Perfect mask placement here. Oh my gosh, so high. Hear how he conducts himself up there? So good. Look at his stance. Such power, such form. Nice even vibrato, controlled, slowed down at the end, fades perfectly. Oh, he's like, shh, I'm not done yet. Oh my gosh. So, okay. Dimash to me? I think he's done. Yeah, he's taking flowers. He must be done. Dimash to me is like the eighth wonder of the world. It's so good. I'm running out of phrases and catchy things to call him, but he really is so good. Now, I really loved those improvs that he did, the riffs and runs. He used a lot of like harmonic minors in there, beautiful little vocal bobbles in between the scale as well to add to that sound. It's very motherland of him, right? I can tell that's part of his culture, that's part of his sound, and it's home for him, and I love that. I love that so much. But that part that I emphasized in the middle, to me, was like the icing on the cake, the take home. That's what you guys need to be looking at vocal technique wise and emulating and trying to simulate yourself. That was so good. And then again, the comfortability, the knowledge that he had to have in order to do that, not just do a period, but in front of people, in an audience, in a performance environment, is huge. It's the amount of control and mental control over your voice to be able to do that is profound. It's really something special right there. And it wasn't on a huge high note or anything like that for him, but it was just in its simplest form, perfect technique. He's a great person to listen to and watch and learn from when you're looking to learn better technique, for sure. So you guys are always so great at asking me to react to him. Thank you so much. This was a wonderful one. It's It's always a pleasure for me to turn on my computer and click on Dimash to react to. There's not much I can say critique-wise usually, if ever, but there's a lot to break down vocally speaking when we talk about technique. So thanks for that. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you don't subscribe, then what you doing here anyway? Just come on, become part of the Terabyte crew. You know you want to. Click the notifications button and check out the description box below because I've got lots of links there to help support you on your vocal journey and help you go from good to great. And who knows, maybe you'll even someday be able to go from chest to mix flawlessly like Dimash. It is something I do coach at TSS, and helping singers all over the world is something I'm super passionate about. My coaches and I at the studio are happy to help you. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Burke. I'm a singer-songwriter and vocal coach.
The only thing I'm asking for is one more second to hold you. I've been missing you. I've been missing.
We are about to react to, I think, the best in the world, Dimash. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. You are about to watch a vocal coach completely fanboy. Hopefully, if you understand vocals, you will be fanboying right along with me in this reaction, but we're about to get into it. If you are new, consider hitting the subscribe button. Join the family. It's right over there. And if you want to learn how to sing, I would love to be your vocal coach. What I want you to do, if you're even slightly passionate about singing, maybe you think there's no hope for you. I thought the same thing when I was first starting. Now I'm a professional singer. I can do it. Anybody can. I want you to take my free 15-minute singing lesson. It's on Singer. The link is in the description. It's my website. It's a 15-minute lesson. I'm instructing it. You're going to enjoy it, and it's going to improve your voice. Over 15,000 people have taken that free lesson, and almost everybody who has gone through that has told me that they've heard an immediate improvement afterwards. There's a couple crazy exercises in it, but it will improve your voice. So check that out for me. Let me know how it goes for you. All right, let's get into this. Oh, wow. Oh my, listen real quick, listen to how he'll let the breath out on the end of the phrase. Starts it with a low, almost vocal fry, vocal cords very adducted, right? Vocal cords close together by the end of the phrase. He releases more air, great stylistic technique, and I love this. I love how it sounds. Yeah, see breath on the end there. Yeah, wow, so good. Oh, wow. I just love how he's phrasing this. I've heard this. I've heard this in compilations. Wow. Oh man, it's such a beautiful, warm, open vowel. Just so beautiful, that old bel canto technique. I love it so much. Dimash is such a master of dynamics. To me, he is a master of dynamics. The way that he moves in and out of different vocal tones, right? The crescendos, the diminuendos, the changes in volume, just everything. It just captivates the listener, and it's a good lesson for singers out there. Dynamics, so important. Even the way he performs. There's dynamics in that as well. Take us there, man. Leaning into that sound. Beautiful. Ooh, vowel. It's literally a dance. It's a dance. He is so good. It's a dance. So you have, you know, two major muscles on the vocal folds that control them. The thyroarytenoid. I won't get too much into this, but the thyroarytenoid thickens out the chords, gives it that sound like what he's singing now in a little more mixed voice. Gives it that thick, almost chest voice like tonal quality. The cricothyroid muscle, when that contracts, that's what gives it that breathy tonal quality, very dominant in a falsetto-like tone in most men. What Dimash can do is he can dance in between the two, so he can sing up in those, what most men would have to sing falsetto, but he can sing them falsetto sometimes, then he can add in compression and add in volume to the sound without screaming or yelling or destroying his vocal cords. Really, he's doing everything with just absolute superb technique, and that's how he just has literally an unlimited range where he can just belt just so high, crazy high, and it's because he has full control over the muscles controlling the vocal folds. It's really, really amazing, and I could talk about that probably for like an hour. But listen to how he can go in between breathy and those upper register notes and piercing. Whereas most men can only sing those notes in a falsetto. They can't actually control their tone to be able to add more power. If you want to learn how to do that, again, make sure to check out Singer. The link is down in the description. Jeez. Come on, take us there. Oh, jeez. I've seen this on those compilations. I wish I could have seen him when he was here in the States. I was on the wrong coast, West Coast. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh! The control that he has over his breath, over his vocal cords. You get that little riff down? Oh man. Yes! Oh my gosh, okay, I've seen this before, or I'd be jumping out of my seat, okay? So if I hadn't seen this before, I'd be jumping out of my seat. I've seen this on the compilation videos. So incredible. I mean, it's just, it's worldly. It's otherworldly. It is so amazing. Just the control that he has over his vocal cords. I don't think anybody can compare. I don't. Jeez. And the scales he uses are so cool. I love their faces. They're like, did he just do that? What? Oh my gosh. Stand to your feet. Stand to, there we go. There we go. Whew. Wow. To me, it really is just so amazing the control that he has over those muscles on his vocal folds, to be able to do the kind of vocal coordinations that he's able to do, to be able to have those ridiculously high mixed voice belts, to then sing those same notes in a breathier falsetto-like tone. And it's like a dance between the cricothyroid and the thyroarytenoid muscle on the vocal folds, both responsible for either bringing in that piercing, thick-like tonal quality, aka the thyroarytenoid, or the breathier, falsetto-like quality. Or if you're singing in a chest voice and it's breathy, it's responsible for that too, but that's the cricothyroid. And it's so amazing. And when you understand the voice too, and you really get a grasp of what's going on behind the scenes, it's even more amazing, because it's just like, he just did that. Like, he just went there and did that. And I don't know. I'm such a fan of Dimash. He really is. I just don't. Is there anybody that compares? Is there any other male vocalist currently that compares? Please leave me a comment. I would honestly love to know, because we will react to him. Leave a comment down below if you know of anybody. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment. What are your thoughts? If you are new, consider hitting the subscribe button right over there. And finally, if you want to learn how to sing, love to be a vocal coach, take my free 15-minute lesson. I promise you, it will slightly improve your voice. You're going to enjoy it. It's entertaining nonetheless. You will enjoy it. And I know you probably hear a lot of like, try this, do this, but this one really will work. I promise you, it's the real deal. Give it a try. It's my website. Link down in the description, and I will see you over there. Tons of love. I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Peace.
Every day, 'cause ooh, it's the way you look tonight. I'm mesmerized. Ooh, it's the way you've captured time. I'm mesmerized. It's the way, it's the way, it's the way, you're mine.
1, 2, 3. Hello everybody, Emmy's back. I am back with the wonderful Dimash, because too many of you said that you ain't seen nothing yet, that wasn't his best stuff. So I guess I'm gonna have to watch some more of his best stuff. And if that wasn't his best stuff, then holy shit, am I in for a surprise. And fun fact, we have 2 cameras. Hi. So, I was suggested by one person on a previous video, my Mark Martel review video, to review Dimash singing The Show Must Go On by Queen. And I think that's a great idea, because I love Freddie, and this is my favorite Queen song, and I love Dimash now, so let's do it. Are we ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Show Must Go On. Queen. It's the only word I understood. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, yes. Oh, he's doing it an octave down. Oh, how nice. Does anybody know what you're looking for? Nice low notes. Alright, nice low notes. I like that he's not falsetto, he's just doing a very soft chest voice. It's very fitting for doing it in a low octave.
And nothing might describe. They had the curtain in the path to mine. Holds the light.
So beautiful and classical.
And want to take it anymore. Show must go on.
Nice, dude.
Show must go on.
I feel the same way.
My God, my baby, still stays.
Back into chest voice. Great transition. Very smooth.
Whatever happens,
Ooh, chest.
I need it all to change. And as it
Ooh, that attitude.
As it felt romance.
I love the little changes he's making.
Many know what you're looking for.
Oh, that rasp!
Lesson learning. I must be coming now. Some journey. What's it calling now? All surroundings breaking, but inside things it taking back into me free.
Oh, they took the drum part away. Oh, yes. I feel the same way.
Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup baby flagging, but my smile still stays on.
I like how he opened his vowel there. He went, stays on. I don't know if that was an accent thing, but it was funky and I liked it. Notice that open throat and that dropped tongue? Some good shit right there. I gotta do that now when I sing this. I like that little cry he had then. He went, ah! Yeah! Again. Let's see what note that was. E flat 6. Alright. Man! Oh man, did you hear any of that through the headphones? Oh my god, it's so good! It's so good! Wow, 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 wow. He's just got such a good mix. Ah! It's so wonderful. I don't have much to say about that. That was pretty freaking great. Now this next video, I was also told to watch. A few of you dropped a link of it in the last Dimash video for me to watch. Apparently this one has the highest note he can sing in it. And I'm excited to hear it. Are we ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Bir көргеннен ғашық болдым өзіңе.
He's got such great control. It just really does.
Еркелеген балдай тәтті сөзіңе. Қылығыңмен баурап алдың жанымды.
Nice melody. I've never heard him speak, honestly, but I have a feeling that he has very thin vocal cords, and I think that's aiding him a lot in what he's doing. On top of the fact that he's been training since he's 5 years old, which I read in one of the comments. Thank you guys absolutely for asking me all the questions that you asked me and giving me all the comments that you gave me. Wonderful, we did great with that video, so congratulations to us. All of us, including you guys, because we wouldn't be here without you. Ha! I think his vocal cords are naturally very thin, and I think that helps him out a lot. That's just my assumption. Because even his lower voice still kind of sounds thin. They love him. Oh, she's pulling down. I'm curious actually to see what note that was. I know it wasn't a high note. G5 is pretty high to belt chest voice for a guy, so he's got such great control and such openness. But that's another reason why I think he has thin vocal cords, because that is very high for a guy to belt full voice. So kudos. And everything always has this great vibrato, always. He's like, I love it. I love how they love him so much that he doesn't even have to do much. He just stands there like this and he's like, all of you fucking love me. I don't have to do anything. I just have to sing. Which is great. I love him. He went, again, it was a C5, but he went straight back to nasal resonance, which is very good. That's what you do when belting is a little too high. And you still want that darkness in it without going twangy, too mixy, you know? Just add nasal resonance. The thing that I talked about with Mark Martel, where you drop your soft palate and you sound like you have a cold. That kind of thing. He's so awesome! You know what's great? No neck tension this time, and those notes they're so much clearer. They're so much more open and more tonal and everything like that. And a lot of you commented that he was sick during the performances that I watched. Man, if I could sound like that sick, holy shit. But I don't know what he was sick with. Some people said jet lag and a fever and all that good stuff. You can sing when you're sick, absolutely. If you have a really sore throat, I wouldn't push it. But when you're sick, you're gonna push more. And I definitely think that that's where the, like I said last time, he was singing from the right place, but he was just pushing. And again, I think it was because he was sick. So I completely agree with you guys. Thank you for pointing that out. This is perfect.
Test it.
I can't even hit it. I can't test it. That's off the piano. Oh my god. He's like, hell yeah, I just did that. Wow. I love when he cries after everything. Such emotion. It's the best. Yeah, what he just said. Holy crap! Wow! I'm sweating. I'm moist right. That'd be the lights. I don't know. But that
I can't even test that on my in-tuner because I don't even know what he hit there. But that was insanity. I'm not the biggest fan of whistle notes. I don't think they're like Mariah Carey does them for a living. Like she does them every 5 seconds in a song. Well, from the songs I've heard at least. So I know somebody's gonna comment, well, if you listen to this song, she doesn't do it. Okay, I'm just saying from what I know. I'm not the biggest fan of whistle notes, but to do it like that for just, I'm going to impress you for no reason right now, that's fine. I don't like when people like sing with whistle notes too much, but just to do it, just to impress, that's really good. I don't have anything to say. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say while he was singing. Oh, and by the way, I have to comment on something. I'm getting not a lot of comments, maybe like 2% of the comments. Stop talking and stop interrupting while they're singing. If you want to watch them sing, go watch the video of them singing. If you want to watch a reaction video, I'm going to talk. That's the point of it. Alright, I mean that in the nicest way, and I appreciate your comments once again, but, you know, just, I'm going to talk, and I'm sorry if it annoys you, but I'm gonna talk. That's the point of these videos. But that's pretty much it. Do you have any comments on Dimash today?
Yeah.
What?
He's my dog whistler now.
He's your dog whistler now. That is, if I played that next to like Cappy or Tinkerbell, my two dogs, they'd be like, so, you know when your dog like just smashes in front of you? That's what they would do. That's amazing. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, requests for the next video, let me know, leave them down in the comments. You can message me on my Facebook fan page, you can message me on my Instagram DMs, make sure it's a question pertaining to singing. That's about that! Again, leave comments, questions, concerns down below, and I will talk to you guys soon and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye! Why don't I hit play? We're done. That's the wrap, bitches.
And he's done it again! He's done it again! Now he's up to a D6! This is crazy! Dimash, please be careful! What's up, guys? It's Matt from RamseyVoice.com, and I'm a real vocal coach and singing teacher, and I gotta tell you, it was crazy when I posted my very first Dimash video. There were tons of people that thought it was awesome, and there were tons of people that thought that I was terrible and the worst thing to ever happen. But one thing was clear, people wanted me to react to more Dimash. So I thought that the next step would be to react to Opera 2, which is another one of Dimash's most popular performances. So before we jump in today, make sure that you like, comment with the next song that you want to see me react to, make sure that make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel. And if you want to improve your singing voice today, check out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice. And we'll stick around to the end to see whether this is really, truly a 5-star performance. But I'm a little worried that if it's not a 5-star performance and I give it a 4-star, or God forbid, a 3-star, that some of you guys are gonna come to my house and do something horrible to me, or something bad to my dog, which would be even worse. So yeah, do what you want to me, just leave Lola alone. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Thinking about life? Yes.
Дом мой достроен, но я в нем один.
Ooh.
Хлопнула дверь за спиной. Ветер осенний стучится в окно, плачет опять надо мной. Ночь
Okay, now before we get too far into this, if you know my channel, you know that I like to stop just a couple of lines in to just give kind of like a baseline of what this singer's voice is. And again, this is a very, very light tenor voice. I'm sure that he can probably sing a lot lower than this. I'm sure he can sing a lot higher than this. In fact, I've seen him do both. But just based on kind of like the weight of his voice, the sound of his instrument, you can tell that this is kind of a lighter tenor voice with some really, really dark lyrics. It rains heavily throughout the night. In the morning fog is thick, comrade. So that's our first high note. Yeah, up to an F. So everything else has been chest voice so far. Whoa! Whoa. Okay, C6, soprano high C, that is amazing. And it's not in whistle register either. This is like, you know, you could maybe call it his super head voice, you could call it flageolet, like whatever you want to call it. It's not just whistle up there, there's a lot of there's a lot of real connection up there. There's a lot of power. Most of it's on just an ah vowel. And I will say that it certainly helps that he's sliding up from the bottom part of his voice all the way up to the top part of his voice, which is helping him keep that connection. And a lot of people would maybe ask me, like, how can you tell that that's not whistle? My big kind of like tell is that when he starts going down, it doesn't disconnect at any point. And there are some singers, especially female singers, that are able to blend their whistle with their head voice so well that you almost can't tell when they start to switch. Mariah Carey's a great example of a singer who can do that. But with male voices, typically, you'll hear some sort of a disconnect between that really, really high whistle and their head voice. And in this particular case, there's no disconnect, there's no flaw whatsoever. This is totally flawless. Ooh, shivers, I got shivers. In case you didn't know when to clap, that's the time.
Но я в нем один, хлопнула дверь за спиной. Ветер осенний стучится в окно.
And I also have to point out that his vibrato is just like the perfect speed. Just that like 6 to 7 cycles per second. It's just the beautiful speed and just the perfect width. If it were, it'd be too far. If it'd be too thin. It's just a beautiful, beautiful width and speed of that vibrato. Really, really beautifully trained voice. I thought he was going to go for it. Uh-huh. So I think that that's really interesting. So those are the first couple of notes that he's going to... Those are like the first couple of notes that he's actually done in this kind of like operatic mixed voice. I'm only saying operatic in that he's not going for like a super pop. He's going for a more relaxed larynx or a more neutral. Doesn't make it any less powerful, and there's a lot of vibrato in it. That's why I'm calling it more classical. Those are the first two that I've actually heard in kind of like the what we traditionally think of as like a first bridge, like the first place where his mixed voice is going to start taking over. So he's going from like the bottom part of his voice all the way up to a C5, but he's got like almost 2 octaves worth of notes that he hasn't used yet. So I'm kind of interested to see what he does there. Wow. that guy. I love that guy. Ooh. So we're up a half step now. So it's one of those really crazy things. So we're shifting up a half step, and I don't want to take anything away from Dimash here, because obviously this is a phenomenal singer and I can't come close to hitting those notes. I can hit a G5 on my good day, which puts him about a perfect fourth above the highest note that I can possibly sing, or a tritone above the highest note that I can sing. But there's really kind of like more of a dramatic effect of just shifting the whole key of the song up even a half step. It feels like, oh my God, the stakes can't get any higher, but it's really only half a step. So again, not to take anything away from Dimash, he's obviously singing this super well, but it's almost like the drama that comes from shifting up one tiny little half step. Yes, it's important, but it's almost more big than actually it really is in reality, and I just wanted to point that out. Oh, now the guy with glasses is standing up. Look at him go. And he's done it again! He's done it again! Now he's up to a D6! This is crazy! Dimash, please be careful! Now, there's something about that actually makes me start to think that he might have switched to whistle there. That's really interesting. He's not really coming all the way back down into any part that sounds like it's thicker. So it could be that my ears are starting to fool me, or he's just superhuman. You decide. But wow, that D6 sounded really great, and it really could have been whistle. Yeah, now we're up to an E flat 6, dude. Wow, this is a phenomenal performance, guys. Honestly, you know, I'm a little embarrassed that I can't tell whether that's his super head voice or it's whistle register. Usually with whistle register, you can hear like a little bit of like a breathiness or a wispiness in the vocal tone. So here's the pros and cons. Pros in terms of whistle being that he's not articulating any consonants there, which whistle is really hard to keep going when you're singing different consonants. So it's very possible that he's in whistle there. Also, it's very possible to add vibrato into whistle, which he's doing a lot of there, which is taking a little bit of the pressure off of his voice. He's basically just kind of like shaking his larynx with the very front part of the vocal cords brought together. The back part of the vocal cords is slightly open so that just this tiny little spot in the very front is vibrating. Now, the argument that it's not whistle register, that it's really just a very connected high head voice, well, I started to kind of lose that after he got up to the D6. I could totally see, you know, a very high head voice, a super head voice from that C6, maybe to the C sharp 6, but certainly by the time you get up to an E flat and an E in a male tenor's voice, you're going to be very close to whistle register. And the last argument in favor that this is whistle register is that it's on an open vowel. First of all, it's very difficult to sing any note up there on a closed vowel, like an ooh or an E. You would have to drop your jaw a lot for that. But whistle really tends to happen mostly on open vowels anyway. So could be one or the other, or it could be both. It could be both. He's using head voice on the first couple of notes, then he switches to his whistle register, but more than likely he's just doing one or the other. This is a phenomenal performance, guys. Wow, I have to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. There's so much to learn from this. The only thing that I would have loved to have seen, and this is really more up to the composer of the song, was more notes in the middle. As I mentioned, there's almost 2 octaves there where he's barely doing anything at all between, you know, his highest note in mixed voice so far in the song was a G4, and then he goes all the way up to the C6 up there. So there's, you know, almost 2 octaves in between that, and I'd love to see what happens if he sang through that section of his voice as well. And that's just on my wish list. That's not a criticism at all or a piece of feedback that I would give him, but it's really something that I'm just more curious about than anything. And I know that there are a lot of songs of his that do go into that particular place of his voice. Well guys, there you have it, my next Dimash reaction video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click like, comment with the next song that you want to see me react to, subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel, or if you're ready to get started and improve your singing voice today, check out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice.